Hey everybody, this is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for another devotional. Today we are in John chapter 9. I'm going to read verses 28 down through 34. This is a critical moment in the story where now the blind man obviously has been healed. He's being interrogated by the religious officials. Here's what they say to him next, and they reviled him. So they're all shouting back at him saying, "You are his disciple, but we are disciples of Moses. We know that God has spoken to Moses, but as for this man, we do not know where he is from." The man, the formerly blind man, answered, "Why? This is an amazing thing. You do not know where he comes from? And yes, he opened my eyes. We know that God does not listen to sinners, but if anyone is a worshiper of God and does his will, God listens to him. Never since the world began has it been heard that anyone opened the eyes of a man been born blind. If this man were not from God, he could do nothing." And they answered him, "You were born in utter sin, and would you teach us?" And they cast him out. You know, gentlemen, this moment represents the escalation of every argument you've ever had or ever heard in a courtroom or on news media or even in the bedroom, right? Two people or two parties cannot see eye to eye, and then finally one person or party resorts to name-calling and weaponizing the past against them. And then it becomes criticizing and condemning, resulting in canceling. And we have all experienced this, and we have all done it. And it's triggered by feelings of loss, but signaled by one tiny little three-letter word. Y-O-U-U. They say to him, "You are his disciple. You were born in utter sin." And how does that feel to hear those words? And these are religious officials, by the way, who are criticizing and condemning because they feel, well, threatened by Jesus. They're merely taking it out on this guy. Something good has actually happened to him, by the way, and they're turning it into something bad. To top it off, they want him to feel threatened by their condemnations and comply with their regulations. But the man does not let this emotionally affect him or intellectually sway him. It's common sense for this guy. A sinner could not heal. Only a Savior can. Now, by nature of his response, the man teaches us how to respond to attacks on our faith and belief in Jesus. Here are 5 things he does exceedingly well in this text that we need to get better at doing. Number 1, don't get emotionally triggered. Number 2, stay focused on biblical truth, not your truth. Number 3, offer common sense rebuttals. Number 4, use respectful language. And number 5, know when to disengage. Gentlemen, we got to get better at this. We got to be able to do these 5 things well, because we're entering times when we're going to need to get better at taking heat for being a believer. And we need to know how to do this. So identify where you need to improve on these 5 things and make the necessary adjustments so that you can take a stand for Jesus when the time comes. I love you guys. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope this has blessed you. If it has, share it with someone else, and I'll see you right back here again next time.